Hey beauties, how are we doing? Can you feel the shift? Can you feel it? Can you feel this, the intensity and the fire that we have been experiencing for several months now, which is all there to help us transform, to bring light to our shadows, to our patterns, our past, our fears, the way we control, the way we believe in separation, and to alchemize it. This is the power of fire, so it really comes into how we can harness that fire. Does it rage out? Do we make it self-love? Do we burn ourselves out? It's really, there's multiple layers of what fire can do for us, and when we can hold it in embodiment, in consciousness, in our hearts, we can use the power and the dynamic of that for our highest good. And it has felt intense, like absolutely fucking intense. So kind of slightly out of body, and the wild feminine rising. She is the chaos that takes down compliance. She calls in the masculine to give her the spine as to what to be able to embody. Otherwise it's just like crazy. And that's all about holding that self-authority. Again, embodiment. Everything's about embodiment. And so it feels like we've had this shift. We've had the eclipse as a window, which we're still in. It might not be feeling as intense if you've been doing this work. When you're not, you may well be just being like, feeling like you're whacking your head against a brick wall, thinking, how the fuck am I going to get out of here? And it's that resistance, it's that fight that keeps you in that. And it's actually when we soften in consciousness that we enable ourselves to shift and move things through gracefully, which is the way of the feminine. Because the way we've been taught and conditioned to do, the pushing and doing, isn't serving us anymore. And so we are being called to trust the way of the feminine, which ultimately is creation. The feminine is creation. And so it's remembering and embodying that. And this is what Pathway of the Violet Rose, this container I've been doing, which will eventually close beautifully on the autumn equinox. Yet this window that is the eclipse is really bringing the light to our patterns, to our shadows, and to call whether we continue it that way or not. Does this become a pattern that we continue? Or do we recognize it as an old pattern and it's no longer our path? How we can integrate this fire, this light, this self-worth to become an integration of intelligence, of self, emotional intelligence, of consciousness, a higher state and awareness of oneself, to earth it, to choose now consciously, what do you want to seed? What do you want to bring into life? What do you want to create? What do you want to feed and nourish and bring roots to? And for me, it was when I was actually on my bleed at the same time. And that is a beautiful time for women, is to be able to let go, but also what you want to seed at the same time. It's like the two are the same thing. Is if you want to bring in something, what is it that you need to let go of to do that? And the words were seed, love. Sowing the seeds of love. That was what was shown to me, and it was unconditional love. How we are bringing more of that into this world, into our earth, into our planet, into each other, into our creatures. And that isn't about just for oneself. You know, a lot of time manifestation is, we're kind of thinking about what it is for us, and that's sort of how the industry has sort of gone. Whereas actually, when we're manifesting and wanting and desiring to create for the greater good, When we're in alignment to creation, whether you call it Sophia, for me it's Sophia Christos, she is the light of creation that birthed us. That's the light within ourselves, within our mitochondria. That is the blueprint of who we are, our truth. And when we're in alignment and in flow to this greater consciousness, this greater wisdom and insight, we are naturally just in flow. There's no obstacles. We're not meeting against what our ego has created, because it's creating from possibly a state of fear or scarcity. We're creating already from a choice of abundance, of unconditional love. We're just going to be in that flow. And a lot of the time we just have to surrender our minds to that, because this won't get it. It doesn't get it. It's about the heart, intelligence, and then deeper still in the solar plexus. For women, the womb. For men, the heart, our roots. It's all about embodiment of listening to the wisdom that is our bodies, which is 80% up. That's our vagus nerve. Is up to our mind, where the mind then goes, oh, I've got this. Okay, I understand. I'm living from a place of love, of divinity, of joy, of peace. These are my new coordinates. Okay, thank you. Okay, so now I've got all this information. Okay, where are we going? Where's the clarity? And so all of that is beginning to earth in. So it may have felt hugely chaotic, may still feel a bit chaotic. We may be stuck in some